video is sponsored by Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
What? Yeah. What's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys? We are in Bristol, Rhode Island at the Total Boat headquarters, and we are taking part in a boat building competition. We actually have to build a boat in 3 days. So let's see if we could do it. Let's go. This is the first time a boat competition like this has ever taken place, where makers from all over the country come together in teams to create a one-of-a-kind boat. We were given a set of rules beforehand for the materials, which included 3 sheets of 1/4-inch plywood, some 1x material, and the unlimited use of Total Boat products. Within these rules, we had to come up with a boat design and submit a CNC file beforehand so that we have all the plywood pre-cut when we arrive. And because we're building a hammock boat, we had to build 2 kayaks to act as pontoons. So there was no time to waste. And luckily, I had amazing partners in Sila Fox Lynn, Paul Jackman, and Mike Clifford, who all jumped in at the beginning of day 1 to get as much done as we possibly could. All right, so what we're doing is we're pretty much just stitching the boat together with some zip ties. And then we're gonna line all the seams with Fixo, which is an epoxy, in order to make sure that we don't have any leaks and it stays together. Hey, no stealing ideas.
I think I know what they're doing.
After getting the bottom of the boat stitched up, Paul and Sila attached the top of the kayaks and started sealing all the seams with epoxy to make it watertight at the seams. This is Fixo, and it mixes the epoxy in the nozzle of the tube. So you can just use a regular caulk gun, and when it comes out, everything is mixed for you.
I think the cow's pregnant now.
All right, so while our boat's dry and cure, let's check out some of the competition. So right over here, we have Team RIFF, composed of Johnny Builds, Michael Alm, Mike Coffey, and Sam, the DIY Hunter. They don't know it yet, but they are totally going down.
Ah, boo!
Ow, ow!
Yeah, we'll do this.
So these guys here are the sexy banana Vikings.
Getting tired of your sass.
And they actually think that they're gonna win because their boat is big.
You don't have to think, we know.
They made a slingshot and they're shooting bananas. Oh! That's a good shot. I think they're gonna give us a run for our money, but who knows? Morning, gentlemen.
What was taller than?
How'd your boys sleep?
I was not conscious, we'll put it that way.
Yeah, in a deep, dark hole. Fell right into it.
That's key, right? Let's take all their stuff and let's hide it. Let's just like move it somewhere so they don't know where it is.
All right, let's do
but
it.
Not, like,
Let's do it.
you just can't break it.
So we're in it to win it, definitely. We're hiding the other team's boats so they don't know where they are. Yep. And that's gonna give us the best chance of winning.
It's troublesome.
What's wrong?
We're missing a boat. Have you seen it?
Nope. No, nothing about it.
Okay.
Not missing, it's just reading.
It's just relocated.
If you know that.
Apparently they found the boat without us even knowing that it was taken. And I didn't do it. Go, Michael, go, Michael, go.
So cool.
Because we only had 3 days to complete this build and we had so many parts to make, we decided to split our efforts into 2 parts of the build. Paul and Sila would concentrate on the kayak outriggers, and Mike and I would jump into the shop and start working on the frame. After cutting the 1x material for the frame, we wanted to reinforce it with some plywood alternating the 1xs and plywood. So after rearranging the wood shop a little bit, Mike started ripping the marine grade plywood to 3-inch strips. And if you ever worked with 1/4-inch plywood, you know that it's like holding up a sail. It flops around a lot. And luckily, Keith Johnson from KJ Sawdust was having breakfast in the shop and was willing to give us a hand. And that's what I love about this community. Team or not, they are all willing to jump in and lend a hand. Whether it's helping cutting plywood or brainstorming a solution to a problem, everyone comes together with knowledge and a great attitude to make this event a success. All right, so what we're doing is we're making the outriggers for the boat. Mike is over there, he's doing one, and I'm gluing up the other one just to make sure that our seating arrangement is stable. All right, so check this out. So we have, these are our 8-footers, right? We can laminate them like so.
Yeah.
Like that, right? And then, you know, obviously extend a piece there, this at the same angle. All right, so now that we have our structure all put together, and this is what's gonna actually carry our pontoons on the side. Now we need something to hold the hammock in place. And what we're gonna do is put this piece at an angle and brace it from all 3 sides.
Strong hands.
They look like big, good, strong hands.
After making a triangular support brace to act kind of like a girder plate and attaching it with 1/4-20 bolts, we figured there was still going to be too much pulling tension inward once you sit in the hammock. So we grabbed some rope that was laying around and we strung it from bottom to the top. And yes, this rope is not on the allowed material list, but it was just laying around the shop and we didn't think that anyone would mind, so in it went. And lucky for us, Mike had a little bit more knowledge about knots than I did. If I was the one making the knots, they would definitely untie mid-race and we'd probably sink.
So I just did like a wrap like this.
Yeah. There, twice around and through. I just figured that, I'm pretty sure that is a knot. Something in my old boating memory is coming back, and then you can put it up here to kind of like lock it from the other side like that.
Yeah. And afterwards, and then now I put this in to lock it. Hi.
Good.
Hi, Paul.
Does this look okay?
Do you like?
Alright, so now we need to
should make a spear. Bobby, we're making a spear. You're making a sword, we're gonna make a spear. Yeah. So you can't even get close to me with that sword.
That sword is sick.
Because Mike and I never built a boat before and Paul and Sila have, we wanted to take a break from the frame and join them in the tent and learn that process. After Sila sanded off the thick epoxy that came through the seams, she was able to cover the kayak with carbon fiber and we can start applying the high performance epoxy over it.
Doing this, we're saturating the fiberglass with epoxy resin from Total Boat. And yeah, you saturate it, you go really thin on the first layer, so you still see the weave of the fabric. And then the second layer, you fill, like that one over there, and then you like kind of do a flood coat once the first coat cures. That's pretty much it.
All right, cool. Word.
We got all the drips?
Yeah. And while that epoxy cures, let's take a minute to thank the sponsor of this build, Simply Safe. My home and family has been protected by Simply Safe for over 3 years now. We got our first system when we moved into this house, and now you can see
Yes, sir.
that it's going through a bit of a change. We are touching every square inch of this house, which means that we can't live here and had to move into a rental. And because we've been so happy with Simply Safe over the years, we are now setting up another system in that rental house. Everything from their glass break sensors, door sensors, and even their brand new smart alarm wireless indoor security cameras, which has a new groundbreaking 24/7 lifeguard protection monitoring. This technology allows Simply Safe agents to see and talk to intruders via two-way radio and let them know that the police are on their way, stopping them in their tracks. Now, I wish I had this system set up 2 years ago at my parents' house when their home was burglarized. They took all the valuables, they even ripped the safe out of the wall. Luckily, my parents weren't home at the time, and it was only things that were taken. But as soon as I found out, I ended up getting them a Simply Safe system to make sure that it doesn't happen in the future. So that means now that we have a Simply Safe security system in this house, in our rental, at my parents' house, and also on our chicken coop. We did install their exterior cameras on there to watch out for predators and make sure that they're safe. Plus, it's also really nice to talk to them via the Simply Safe app. Now, because we're going through renovations here, I only have one camera set up, but I've already pre-planned this entire security system with Simply Safe for the future to include wireless cameras around the house, the keyless entry lock, and the Simply Cam video doorbell, which will allow me to see and talk to someone at the front door without me even having to be here. And now you can get 20% off and your first month free when you sign up for their Fast Protect monitoring by visiting simplysafe.com/Komar Project. You can try it risk-free for 60 days, and if you don't like it, you can return it for a full refund. But trust me, you're gonna love it just like we do. Thank you to Simply Safe for protecting my home and my family. Now let's get back to the build. It's the morning of day 3 and we got here super early just so we can see if we can have a little bit of fun with the other team and do a few little modifications to their boat. We are shrink wrapping the banana boat, and then we're gonna put a little bit of graffiti on there just to get their expression.
Who's that?
She's still gonna win. She's gonna fly great and annihilate all your boats.
Tell us what we're doing.
Yeah, so we're a little bit worried about buoyancy on this because like our math says it'll take about 300 pounds. So what we're gonna do is make a third boat out of flotation foam, and that'll serve as sort of like a center, not an outrigger, but just like extra surface area to add buoyancy. An inrigger! There we go!
All right, so what this is Total Boat flotation foam. And part A, part B, you mix it, it's a closed cell polyurethane foam that is gonna go right in here and give us an additional buoyancy, I guess. Buoyancy! Buoyancy.
Don't make any bubbles though.
Okay, I will try. Okay.
No bubbles.
So much pressure on this.
That was the money right there.
What is the distance between?
You're just the other guy that we're gonna like pop you up.
Oh, you don't want to?
So if you guys are wondering why we're behind this container, it's because that is actually illegal. And we're testing Zyla to make sure that she can actually fit. So hold on. Tape measure.
Big fat gusset plates on all the corners.
Ooh, 7, 5.
Paul, your elastic is a piece of shit. Right into the water.
So 12. That way we can stretch the crap out of it if we need it. After figuring out the distance we needed to stretch our hammock to stay above the water, we drilled holes into the frame and secured the cross braces to prepare for the real test.
Oh, I guess we don't need it. Ready? Man.
Okay, you get in there.
There you go.
It's pulling up from the center.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the center needs to be reinforced. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pulling here.
And it's also flexing the whole center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That flex was pretty severe. It probably lifted about 2 inches at the ends. So to reinforce it, we needed to step out of our material list again and purchase a 2x6 that we glued and screwed to the bottom of that frame. And that turned that bottom section of the frame into what looked like half of an I-beam, which gave us the rigidity that we really needed. Alright, because we were really worried about the weight of everything, Paul ended up making these flotation devices that are going to sit underneath the boat and hopefully keep us afloat. And with only a few hours left in the workshop, it was all hands on deck for all the teams to decorate their boats. And let me tell you, the creativity that was oozing out from everyone to make their boats look the best was amazing to watch. I typically work by myself in the shop, and all the ideas come from one source. So to see everyone come up with incredible designs and execute them the way that they did was so humbling, but more importantly, it was a ton of fun to be part of. Alright guys, so it's the end of day 3. That means that the building of the boats is pretty much done. Everyone has moved their boats into this hangar, and we still haven't finished attaching our structure that's gonna hold the hammock to the pontoons. So hopefully we'll have some time tonight, because tomorrow, early in the morning, we're racing. Alright, so what do you guys think? Is it gonna float or sink?
A little bit of floating, a little bit of sinking.
No.
I think it will not immediately sink. It will not make it to the buoy.
I'm more questioning whether I'll actually be able to turn around and come back.
You're gonna get out there and be like, yes! Like, I can't
Turn around and start paddling the other
I can't. Well, we got one pontoon on, and the other one's gonna go on, and I think we might have a shot. Not at winning the speed race, but definitely style points. Style points.
Awesome to have all you guys. Seriously, like, this is something that we've dreamed about for a long time, and we're so glad to have you guys here. It's just been the most fun of all time.
is nice. I like it out here.
All right, guys, so that's it. The boat actually survived the race. We all got a chance to get in the hammock and paddle away, and it was a little bit harder. You got a really good ab workout, but it was so much fun. I mean, this thing is built for cruising and swinging, not for speed, but either way, it was still amazing. I had such a great time building this thing with Sila, Paul, and Mike. Make sure you guys check out their Instagram and YouTube channels, linked in the description below.
Got him.
Yeah! And obviously Total Boat for putting on this event. I'm looking forward to next year already because this is just an amazing time hanging out with all your friends and building things that you normally wouldn't. And thank you to Simply Safe for supporting what I do and protecting my family while I'm away at these events. Thank you so much for joining me on this experience. I will see you guys next time.
You didn't understand.
I can't even quit. I got pizza in my mouth.
You got pizza on your chin.
What are you gonna do when we all get in this thing and raid you?
R6?
Oh, gross. Alright, we're gonna need harder bananas.
We have harder bananas.
Oh, it's up my butt crack. It's up my butt crack.
Did I like T-bone you to make it turn around faster?
So guys, what'd you guys name your boat?
We're working on
The
it.
Sinker?
It's provocative. We can't tell you.